What is going on, guys? I am still blown away by the VC Edge interface. So I wanted to just start off with it on the scale. 1.6 ounces. Okay. It's mind-boggling, it's mind-blowing, and it is truly amazing. So let me move this out of the way. Put it back in the drawer where it belongs, right underneath my table here. And let's talk about this thing. So I'm going to put all the specs down in the description, but we're going to talk about a couple of the specs as we go through this. Also, at the end, I'm going to link to the first video I did on one of these months back when Gary loaned me his. Different carbon fiber, different... it was kind of the first iterations. Okay, there's been some changes on this one versus Jason's previous models. Slight changes, right? All for the good. I mean, and he did it right. He didn't make this like a version 2 or a different model name or anything. He just made some refinements to it from the previous one. And a couple of the things were things I commented to him on when I did the video, and I commented about during that other video. So Jason just did a pre-order drop a week or two ago at the time I'm filming this, where I think he offered up 40 of them, I believe. And he literally sold out in 7 minutes. So I started working with him a couple of months back on this one, as well as a full dress custom. I guess we're just going to call it a full dress version. And I touched on that during the unboxing of this one. I have not released the unboxing of the full dress one yet. In all honesty, it had a little problem. I created an issue with it once I got it. So it is on its way back down to Southern California where Jason is to fix what I messed up. And then once it comes back, I will release that unboxing. And then I'll do another full video on that one because I didn't want to detract from this standard custom version. Because this in its own right is spectacular. So I didn't want to take away from this one. And the full dress version, you know, it really requires its own video because there are so many differences between this one and the full dress. So shortly, please, you're going to want to stick around for the full dress version. You really are. It's going to be worth watching that unboxing and that full video in the future here once I get it back. And again, totally my bad. Jason made an incredible thing that I literally, I messed it up about 10 minutes of owning it. I feel like a total schmuck. Anyway, this is a 3.66 inch blade from the edge of the carbon fiber to the tip. And the whole thing weighs in, as you saw, at 1.6 ounces. That's because it is a carbon fiber scale, carbon fiber blade, carbon fiber lock side with aluminum lock bar, titanium clip, titanium hardware, steel lock bar insert, and inside there is milled out pockets for weight saving on both the show side and the lock side. He has done everything possible to make this thing light. It's light, but not really fragile. Okay. This is not going to be your hard use outdoor bushcraft knife. Okay. It's durable, but it isn't for that. Okay. There is a little bit of flex, but it's not like a bug out where you can actually push the sides together on a bug out. The backspacer even has some, milling out of it too. I know that's hard to see, but there is pockets milled out of the backspacer. This is number 79. My full dress is number 80. So I didn't do a very good job of explaining the blade in my very first video, and I'm going to just apologize for that now if you go back and watch that. So this is M390, as he says here. So the blade steel is in the little inlay of the carbon fiber. And there is this sliver of M390, which goes up a bit. It does kind of ride up into the carbon fiber. I'm going to say around here, give or take. And what there is it's basically like it's kind of T-shaped. So there's a ledge right here at the cutting edge, or at that edge. There is a lip in the M390 because there is you cannot feel the transition between the carbon fiber and see if it'll even focus. Guess I can't get that close. But you cannot feel a transition between the carbon fiber and the blade steel. And he lays this all up himself. 100% made by him. And yeah, it's just engineering marvel, really. So the scales here are milled out inside for the pivot because there is no hex or any tooling on this side of the pivot, only on this side, because it's locked in on this side. It's kind of a, keywayed so it doesn't spin. It's just amazing. So a couple of the features that are different on this model than the other is the pocket clip is about 30% less retention, which is great. Okay. My full dress has even less retention, which I actually like a little bit better. So Jason, I think, is going to send me a different clip for this one, which is a different prototype, much like my full dress version. And then what I think I'll do is I'll just do a video of taking this apart and replacing the clip so you guys can get a good look at the inside of this magic. Okay. So that was one thing he fixed because there was just too much retention on the pocket clip. One of the other things is, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Before, the lock bar kind of rode against the carbon fiber here, and you could feel it and kind of hear it rub, but that was on purpose to give it some structural rigidity there. So he reworked that a little bit on this one, or on his new versions. This particular one is exactly like the 40 people that just pre-ordered. They're going to get this exact variation, if you will. You could pick your carbon fiber, a couple different versions. You can pick your anodizing color and things like that. But all of the features I'm talking about, the pocket clip being a little bit lighter, not rubbing here on the lock bar, a thinner blade profile, that's all going to be on his current offerings that you guys will get, whoever joined in on that pre-order. So one of the things I really do kind of like that I didn't notice until after I even did the unboxing was that the stop pin was anodized. The flipper tab is wider than the blade. So the blade, in hopes of saving weight and all of that, the blade thickness here at the edge is 0.160, Well, the flipper tab is actually, I think, about 167. I didn't write that down, but I did measure that. So he just kind of takes that carbon fiber and thins it out as it gets to the blade. And then you'll see that the blade tapers from here down, which is it's just very cool. It feels great in the hand. And again, this is not going to be your hard use knife, but for most average people, I think this could be an amazing, just everyday, all around, all purpose knife. Okay. This is going to get 99% of the jobs done on your everyday average tasks. Opening boxes, doing some food prep. Yeah, I mean, an emergency type knife for that last minute, whatever you need a knife for. This is going to work really well, and it's lightweight, carries amazing in the pocket. You literally forget it's there. I was out today at a friend's, and they needed something to cut a belt. So he literally borrowed my knife and cut a leather belt so that he could put the buckle. It was one of those ones where the buckle can come off and you cut it down and you put the buckle back on to kind of size it. So he needed to resize it. So yeah, we busted this out and he cut a leather belt, cut that section off so that he could put the buckle back on. Yeah. So this can get work done. It's super sharp. It's literally behind the edge, 0.009 behind the edge, because it just tapers down so thin. This can be really a slicey knife. Let me do a couple of size comparisons. Like I said, I will put all the specs down in the description. That's a Sharpie, a AA, and a D-cell battery. The Spyderco Delica. So this is a full-size knife. Like, you're not losing anything. It feels great in the hand. How about the Kubi that I'd like to compare things to? We'll bust out a Hellraiser because, well, that's what we do. So it's a little bit shorter than a Hellraiser, but slightly. And the Hellraiser is considerably heavier. Let's take a quick look. I didn't measure that before or weigh that before. 4.4 ounces. So roughly the same size, 4.4, 1.6. It's just, guys, this is amazing. I haven't been able to get it out of my pocket since it came in. So if you have questions on this, please reach out. Shoot a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you have questions, let me know. I totally forgot to talk about the price. This one was $855. That's what all the pre-orders went for, was $855. I know that's not cheap. That's a lot of money for a knife, but you're getting a lot of knife, a lot of innovation, and a lot of tech in this knife. So I was totally comfortable with that price for this one. The full dress is considerably more. When that comes back, we'll do a video on that and we'll talk a little bit about the price and why and whatnot. But so, yeah, let me know if you've got questions. If you want more details on this, go check out the video I did months ago, my first impression with one. It blew me away. I carried it for a day or so. This one, like, legit, I can't get out of my pocket. It's just really kind of amazing. So, and he got this one to about a 63 Rockwell hardness. So this is really going to be a great daily use for me. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I know I kind of rambled on about this, but Man, it is such a cool knife, and Jason is a phenomenal guy to work with. Like I said, we've been working on this for several months, mostly about the full dress and what materials and what things we wanted to do that would be over the top, because I wanted him to do something over the top, which he did. And it took us a little while to figure it out, and then for him to order materials and make them and all that stuff. But he's been awesome to work with, and yeah, at some point I got to make a trip down south so I can just hook up with him. And he will be on the EDC Hour with Dirk and Alex very soon, so that we can open him up to questions and do a whole live show and all that stuff. So anyway, thanks, guys. I greatly appreciate your time. I will have a link to his website down below and his YouTube channel down below, where he goes into more details of the actual manufacturing process and things like that. So yeah, go check it out. Thanks, guys.